Michel de Nostredame predicted nearly 1,000 futures in his 1555 book, The Prophecies. Many suspect these are forecasts of worrying futures, forecasts of what is to come. We've covered several of the medieval Frenchman's prophecies. But today, we look at a prophecy many consider her foretold a century ahead of his time, and that, mythstorians, is the Great Fire of London. Nostradamus, London Inferno. The astrologer Nostradamus died in 1566. Yet many reckon he foretold a blaze that engulfed London in 1666. His prediction reads, "The blood of the just will be demanded of London. Burnt by fire in the year 66, the ancient lady will fall from her high place, and many of the same sect will be killed." Now that you know the Nostradamus prophecy, we'll fill you in on what actually transpired. The 1666 London Inferno. It's after midnight on Sunday, September 2nd, 1666, and all of London is at rest. The city has just come out of a hot and arid summer season. Except now, things are about to heat up tenfold. A spark inside a bakery on Pudding Lane sets off a fire that engulfs the entire place in flames. Was it the owner, Thomas Ferner's fault? Was it an accident? We do not know. What we do know is that the blaze spread rapidly. Strong eastern winds pushed the fire along the timber houses, and soon it was at the River Thames, where it kindled warehouses stocked to the brim with oil and other flammable wares. Hellfire reigned over London for several days, and that is eerie to say the least, as Nostradamus' prophecy said the city would be burnt by fire in the year 66. This prophecy was made over a century before the fire. Describing the scene at the time, local resident and Royal Navy clerk Samuel Pepys said, "Lord, what sad sight it was by moonlight to see, the whole city almost on fire." Fleeing residents buried what valuables they could not cart to safety. London had no fire service at the time, so Londoners and soldiers banded together to beat back the blaze. Water from buckets was used to combat the fire, but this was not enough. London's makeshift firefighters used so-called fire hooks to pull down flaming houses and buildings in the path of the blaze to create fire breaks, gaps to stop the spread of the raging inferno. Some eventually resorted to demolition of these homes via gunpowder in a bid to halt the fire, but still the strong easterly winds spurred the fire forward. Describing the fire, London Mayor Thomas Bloodworth said, "I have been pulling down houses, but the fire overtakes us faster than we can do it." The fire raged over 3 whole days, beginning in the wee hours of Monday, September 3rd, and lasting until dawn on Thursday, September 6th. The damage was massive. Over 3/4 of the city had been burned. All in all, over 13,000 homes were destroyed, as well as 87 churches. According to the official record, only 6 people were killed. That figure does not include indirect deaths. There may be an explanation for that low death toll. Those records were said to rely on seeing actual remains. However, archaeological examination of melted glass and metals from the time suggests the fire burned hotter than a crematorium. This would mean any bodies caught in the blaze would likely have been incinerated and turned to ash. With regards to the fire starter, many thought it was done by the hand of a foreigner. Some suspected the Dutch, the others the French. Both had been involved in conflicts with England at the time. And as it turns out, a French watchmaker named Robert Hubert stepped forward and admitted to starting the fire. He was hanged. However, Hubert changed his confession several times to fit with the crime, and not everyone reckoned he was guilty. Notably, he initially said he started the fire at Westminster Palace, but the fire never reached there. On learning this, it is said Hubert reworked his confession to say he threw a fire grenade at Thomas Ferriner's bakery in Pudding Lane. London was a hotbed of anti-foreigner and anti-Catholic sentiment at the time, and anyone who was either was suspect. This, some say, harkens back to Nostradamus' prophecy, which we'll relay here once more. The blood of the just will be demanded of London. Burnt by fire in the year 66. The ancient lady will fall from her high place, and many of the same sect will be killed. But whether or not Nostradamus predicted all this, we'll leave that up to you.